Hello everybody, welcome back to some more Train Sim Classic, and today we are taking out the JustTrains Class 220. And I've not really played with the JustTrains 220 too much, but I know there is some in-depth stuff for it. And the livery we have on it is the Crosscountry livery. And the scenario we are doing is called 1M18 Cought in the Cold, and it is on the Great Western Mainline. So yeah, the JustTrains 220, quite an interesting loco. I've never really been into the 220, to be honest. I kind of don't like the look of it too much, but we'll give it a go today and see how it performs. But before we get into the cab and get going, I just want to say, if you are a new viewer and you haven't already, please hit the like and subscribe button down below. And I just want to say thanks to all the other people that have been subscribed for a while. Okay, let's jump in and sort of start her up. I think we have to start her from cold and dark. Okay, here we are inside of the cab. And yeah, we've got inside the cab already. It does sort of baby you through this. I already know how to set this up. Shift W, the warnings, and we want to start the engines as well. So first things we'll do is we'll get some lights on in here. Main cab light. Oh, we actually haven't got power yet. There you go. And we can cancel the fault in a sec once we start the engine. So that should start going. Here we go, we can hear the rumble now. Instrument lights will get on. So we should start hearing a beep, I think. But we can just cancel it there. The lights we're going to want... Oh, there you go. That's our TMS. It's like I think it tests the loco, basically. Yeah, the 220, I've never really been into this sort of... I mean, this is the 222. Was this the 222 or the 220? I think it's the 220, but... there's like a series of them, 220, 221, 222. Never really been a fan of them, to be honest, the way they look and sort of how the cabs are. Just a bit odd. Right. So I think we're going to have to test this. If it'll let us. There we go. Awesome.
An RN radio test call.
Sweet. I think we've just done that. We can actually put this into neutral. Clear that. And put it into forward. And we should be good to go. Let's get some wipers. Obviously, I'm trying to do this a little bit quicker than you would normally because I already know how to set this sort of thing up. DR8 can come off. Oh, I've just moved it back into neutral. Didn't mean to do that. Because we've got a combined power and brake lever. And we'll put it into notch 1. And yeah, we'll get it going. Oxford is 27 miles away. I think they said this go via picking up passengers here at Reading. They are quite quiet, these, I must admit. but they go very fast indeed. But yeah, I've never really been a fan of them. We've got a few passengers on here already, but speeding. Yeah, it's just the way the axles are as well, like this just exposed bogey here. I was never really a fan of that on these. Yeah, they look like they're sort of, there should be a bit of a covering down there, but there's not. Yeah, they were odd. Yeah, like I say, I'm not keen on them, but yeah. So we will have to change ends here as well. So I will turn the lights off when we get there, which we were supposed to be 6:09, so we've got plenty of time. We've been given the road. Sweet. Yeah, the JustTrains 220s, the best one you'll get. JustTrains do some very, very good stuff, just like Armstrong Powerhouse, really. I primarily gravitate towards Armstrong Powerhouse stuff, but JustTrains have been going for years, and they do this really nice 220. They do a really nice Class 20, which I think we've covered. And they do a really nice Class 60 Advanced, which I haven't actually got, which I really want to try out. And I think they do a Pendolino as well, a 390 Pendolino. I can't remember. But it's a very cold, wintry day. And we should sort of fit in here all the way. It is a diesel locomotive, and it sort of took over really from the HSTs. Alright. We'll get the doors open, and we will basically turn these to tail, and we'll turn the cab lights off. Instrument lights can go off. Cab lights can go off. And we're ready to switch ends. Is that a Class 166 coming in there? Right. Instrument lights on. We want to change these to night running. And there you go. We are all set up for going this way now. DRA is on. Oh, do we have to? We've got to put the master key in this side. There you go. We'll just clear that just in case. Oh, there's a HST going out. I was wondering what was making all that noise. It's a HST. The HST just looks better than the 220, I think. Like, yeah, this is meant to go fast and it's meant to be sleek and it's the new sort of took over from the HST, but you can't beat the HST. It just looks really good, doesn't it? Those power cars, you know, this is sort of like a combined passenger and power car. It's, yeah, they're just not as good as the HST, I don't think. But the HST is old hat now, so we've already tested our radio. I really like the radio cues that you have, and I think it's already set up for us already in here. That's just to make sure that the driver is still awake and he's not unconscious or anything every now and then. Not like that little clipboard light. Climate control. To be fair, we probably need some climate in here, some heat. Yeah, I mean, it's not as, you know, detailed as Armstrong Powerhouse stuff, but at the same time, you know, JustTrains tend to put more emphasis on features than they do sort of graphical. And I mean, this has been out for years. This has been out, so it's sort of like I don't put it against them really, that the textures are like sort of like that. Right, we should be all ready to go. We've got the road given to us, departing at 6:11. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I don't play this one a lot because mainly I don't like the 220. That's why I don't play it. But we've played it once before in a Virgin Trains livery. And now we're playing it in Crosscountry. I thought I'd give it a go. You know, I saw one of these in real life today. And thought, you know what, I'll give that a go when I get home. But it's just those wheels I just can't get over, like how sort of it's like it's on its tiptoes sort of thing. $27 miles. Hopefully we don't get much stops and we can sort of just blast up to 125 and get there really quickly. But it says it's a 60-minute scenario, which I believe. Right, we should be ready to go. It's full service, we don't want that. I don't believe I've got to shut the doors myself. We've actually been given a red light here. Which is interesting. Okay, we've actually been given a green now. Oh, DRA is on. Get that off. Let's head out. I don't know why it makes those sounds going over here. Whether it's that of the train or what, I don't know, but it looks like we are going to get our 125 mile an hour speed limit, which is good. Lots of 166 is coming in here. I think it's a 166. Yeah, I think it is, or a 165. I can't see. I think it's a 166 though. Let's get it up to notch 2. And yeah, very, very cool skybox here. Nice snowy evening. We are speeding here. Probably shouldn't speed over those points because you can derail. If you're not careful. This thing can speed up very quickly. And we've been given the green light. Yeah, this thing can speed up very quickly. You heard the you heard it go in there. This might be a diesel electric, where the diesel engine actually creates electricity for it to go. And as you can see, we have no catenary and we have no third rail, so it must be a diesel, because that's how it's getting its power. Train, a passenger has pressed the emergency communication numbers will come on, and I will check to see what the problem is. Remember to press the when the alarm sounds. I pressed it. There you go. Why has a passenger pressed the bloody emergency? Oh my god, do they not want to get to Oxford? Maybe they've had a heart attack or so. Somebody, you know, we don't know what's happened yet, but they've pressed the emergency button for some reason. So I imagine, I was not expecting that, to be honest. I thought we were going to get on our way, to be honest. That would be the guard telling us there. I don't think I have to do anything else here. We might just be able to head off again.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your train manager speaking. I'm very sorry for this unscheduled stop, which was due to the activation of a passenger emergency alarm. The incident is now being dealt with, and the alarm has been reset. We should be on the route again very shortly. Thank you for your attention.
That was very cool. The little announcement there from the conductor. Hopefully I can get going now. I wonder if I have to basically start this again. Ah, he's now fixed it. Great. Sweet. There we go. I just had to wait for them, basically. Oh, that put a spanner in the works, didn't it? We'll have to call that in now, because they'll be asking us why we stopped. We'll have to do. We'll have to probably do a report as well soon when we get back. Have to write up a report saying why we stopped suddenly. It's always the way, isn't it? Somebody ruins your evening. And then the amount of paperwork you have to fill out. Now, well, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting that at all. Hopefully we get no more distractions. And we have a non-stop journey all the way to Oxford. Another HST. I haven't tried the horn out yet. We'll try that out in a second. It's pretty cool. Actually sounds really good. One of the better sounding horns in the game. doesn't sound that great inside, but we're doing 75 mile an hour now, and it doesn't even feel like it. The cab is not shaking all over the place, and that's cool. Sun visor. Cab's not shaking all over the place, and yeah, it's just nice and quiet. No massive noise. I can't remember if these tilt or not. I don't think they do. But yeah, this can do very high speeds, and you don't even know it's doing high speeds. I mean, the map's struggling to load in as it is. But we should get up to... I can't remember if you can set the speed on this. No, I don't think you can. I should be looking out the bloody window, but no, I don't think you can set the car wash slow speed you've got. No, you can't actually set the speed at 125. I think it'll max out at 125 anyway. But yeah, this is very fast. We are covering some ground here, which we need to be honest, after that little delay, because we were supposed to arrive there at 6:36. We got sort of 16 minutes. See what happens. Ooh. I always forget to do that sometimes. I would do some running shots, but I'm scared that I'm going to miss that little audible cue. We can have a look at doing some though, to be fair. Yeah, I just feel like you sat really far back in this, in the 220. You know, like I'm used to being in a 37 where you're right up against the windscreen pretty much. There's such a massive distance between you and the windscreen. I mean, you can still see out of it, but that's another thing as well, though. I feel like the HST had way more visibility. Like, this has got these massive sort of plastic bits on either side, and I feel like I mean, it's on purpose, don't get me wrong. The reason this train is like this is because when you're doing 125 mile an hour, you don't want the driver looking out here at the scenery. You know, he needs to be bang looking dead out the front along the track for signals and obstacles and whatnot. So it makes sense that they've boxed it in like this, because it means that he's forced to only look out, or the driver is forced to only look out the front here, at the track. However, I like looking out at the scenery and stuff in the sim. But yeah, I can understand why they've done this, is so that the driver is alert and aware, and he is sort of sat. Ideally, I think they would have liked to have put the driver directly in the middle of the loco. A lot of European apparently we're speeding, but I don't see how we could. Yeah, a lot of European countries literally have their drivers sat in the middle of the loco, looking out the front. In this country, we like to have a co-driver seat. It's not really that necessary these days, but back in the day it was sort of like something we did, and we still do it to this day. We just have a co-driver seat. I suppose it makes training easy. But yeah, they would have. I'm pretty sure they would have liked to have put him in the middle, but they've offset him here. But it doesn't matter because he's still directly in the middle of the tracks, and we have got a double yellow. That is interesting. It's going to notch down, hoping that we don't get... Oh, those signals are really close together. I'm really hoping that it's not a single yellow, because it means that we're going to have to stop. Then again, it might just be telling us about the speed change. I'm hoping that it is just the speed change and it's not a red light, because it means that we'd have to stop. We're gonna have to stop quick. Not emergency, bloody hell. I feel like we're gonna go over this red light. Should have been braking. This thing can speed up so quickly. I should have been braking from the second yellow. Oh, thank God. We've actually been given a green. Just as we come into the 70 mile an hour. I thought we were going over the red then. We'll slow down a bit more because I think we are... Oof, that was a tight... As if that was 70 mile an hour over these... Oh dear, okay. 70 mile an hour over those points there. And I mean, this map, the Great Western Mainline, is quite an old map. And as you can see, there's not really a lot going on for it. Very boring on the outside. Whoops, almost missed that. Very boring on the outside. Are we moving over again? Yeah. I think we're moving over again. Yeah. 10 mile from Oxford, that's alright. Yeah, this map's sort of a bit old now, showing its age. The skybox is really good. But everything else sort of bit dated. And it's looking a bit old now. But it still plays really well. That's the thing with old train sim maps is, one, they still work, which is amazing. You know, the newer maps we get are, yeah, they're more detailed and stuff, but the new routes, but the old ones still work. You paid for them back in the day; they still work to this day. You know, it's not like they've stopped you from playing them. And people are still making content for the older maps, which is quite cool. So it means that you get to play them. Let's get it back up to 90. Thank you, sir. But yeah, not a lot of games are like this, really. You know, this Train Sim Classic just keeps getting better and better and better every year. But you can still go back and play the classics, you know, from when it first came out. And you can still play, you know, all that. You've still got all your content from years gone by that you've bought. People have spent thousands and thousands of pounds on this game. So yeah, I mean, it is their entitlement to be able to play them. The stuff they bought yonder, which I kind of like, that they give you that freedom. Train Sim World, even though you can play the same packs that you bought back in Train Sim World 2, they just keep updating the game for no reason. Train Sim World 4 now. I don't get it. But I like Train Sim Classic, and it'll always just keep getting better and better and better with third-party companies making stuff for it. I've said this a million times, but But third-party companies make some incredible stuff, and Dovetail's been making some incredible stuff like recently as well. Their newer routes and stuff are really good and really detailed. They've upped their game a little bit. I think they kind of had to though, because third party companies were sort of putting them to shame. But yeah, we just get some amazing stuff every year, all year round. Just amazing stuff comes out for this game. And I know Train Sim World has got some amazing graphics, and I have looked at it on the sale. The sale just gone, the winter sale. I did look at it and think, should I get it? The reason I'm not is out of principle, basically. Is they can't just keep bringing out a new game and with a new number and charging full price for it. So, especially when it's... Last time I played Train Sim World, it was fully broken. I tried to play... oh, that's cool. 56, I think that was, or 47. 56, I think. Yeah, I tried to play one of the maps on it, and it was completely broken. All the trains were going into the ground, and all the textures were bugged, and I reinstalled it multiple times, verified the files. Nothing worked. And I was like, well, I can't basically play this. It's probably fixed now, but it's like, you just want a finished, polished product to play. And every time I've played Train Sim Classic, it's just worked. Yeah, there's a few bugs here and there, but that's only because people mod the hell out of it. The only thing that does happen sometimes is if it gets a bit bloated, it can just crash out of nowhere. But that's nothing to do with the game. That's literally because I've put too much content into it, basically. Into the files. And it's not running on an SSD. I really should put it onto my SSD, but I haven't. There's just too much I've downloaded for it to go on the SSD, so I tend not to. How far are we? We are just over 3 miles away. This will be one of the longer videos on the channel. I normally try to aim for about 20 minutes, but I think people actually kind of like longer videos. From what I've been seeing online, sort of thing, is people tend to like longer videos. I don't know why I'm slowing down. Yeah, people are liking the longer videos, not only from my channel, but from other channels as well. You know, a lot of other channels put out half an hour, 45-minute, even an hour long videos, and people love it. People watch them. So I'm guessing back in the day, 15-20 minutes was your sort of, that was your go-to. People didn't really like watching longer than that. Nowadays it's sort of switched, I think. People are watching videos for longer, and they want to see those longer videos, so who am I to oblige them? You know, I will I don't mind doing a 40-minute video if people are going to watch it. So I think the OMSI video I released not that long ago was, was that an hour long or something? It was something like 59 minutes long or something like that, and I think people really enjoyed that one. It was driving the London City bus, I think, in the London DLC on OMSI 2. Went down really well. So I'll definitely do more longer ones. I always tried to sort of stay away from the longer scenarios on Train Sim, because I was a bit like, oh, I don't know whether people are going to like this, but no, I'm happy to do them, because there's a few that are like 120 minutes long, but you know, those scenarios are really good. Alright, we're coming down here. It feels like I'm doing a slower speed than I actually am, but it's sort of a bit deceiving because the cab's so quiet and it doesn't bounce around. I mean, we were doing 50 miles an hour and it felt like we were doing like 12. Luckily we were just given the road there because I literally just noticed that red light. So luckily we've been given the road. I really like the combined power brake lever locos, to be fair. I wish I had got the combined power brake lever controller that you could buy from Train Sim controllers. But I was never in a position to get one, unfortunately. They all sell out really quick because everybody's after them. But they are really cool though. Maybe in the future I'll get one. You know, when I actually can find one, or you know they come back in stock or something. But right now, keyboard's pretty good for this game. Right, we'll have this up so I know where to stop. And when we do come to a stop, we will jump outside of the loco and sort of see how we did. Right, we can stop anywhere along here now then. Okay, cool. We will jump outside and sort of see how we did. Okay, that was the JustTrains Class 220 in a cross-country livery. Really, really cool loco. I mean, I'm not particularly keen on them, but I really liked the features that it had, especially starting it from cold and dark. That was really, really cool. And we did the scenario 1M18 Cought in the Cold on the Great Western Mainline. So, if you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.